A Pennsylvania grave robber was arrested and found with a basement full of human skeletal remains and body parts, but he was also found to have sold some of these items on Facebook. Jonathan Gerlach, 34, of Ephrata, Pennsylvania, was arrested on January 6th of 2026 after investigators said that they observed him at historic Mount Moriah Cemetery just outside of Philadelphia, carrying a burlap bag and a crowbar, and leaving the site with bones visible in his vehicle. He is facing hundreds of criminal charges following an executed search warrant of his home and his storage unit. This is after more than 100 human skeletal remains, including skulls, long bones, mummified hands, feet, and bodies, and at least 2 decomposing human torsos were found in his home. From his storage unit, investigators retrieved an additional 8 corpses, along with ashes and jewelry believed to have also been robbed from the graves. This was a months-long grave robbing investigation and probe into the repeated burglaries of some mausoleums and underground burial vaults at the historic Mount Moriah Cemetery. They were able to tie Gerlach to the cemetery break-ins through cell phone and vehicle location data, which repeatedly placed him at Mount Moriah Cemetery throughout the period that the thefts were taking place. Court documents say that the burglaries began in early November of 2025 and continued throughout December, with Gerlach allegedly forcing open at least 26 mausoleums, such as this one, and burial vaults in the cemetery. He also allegedly committed similar crimes in a cemetery in Plains Township. Investigators found evidence of marks from different tools and methods used to access interior burial chambers. The Mount Moriah Cemetery has been abandoned for some time, possibly making it more of a target for this type of behavior. The cemetery relies heavily on donations and volunteer work to maintain and upkeep the cemetery. I have actually been here one time, and it is very overgrown. Graves are cracked, falling down, leaning over. There's a lot of overgrowth. This is an image posted by Joe Sharitz on Facebook, and this is a good indication of what a lot of the cemetery looks like. Officials have claimed that some of the remains found date back to over a century, while others are from much more recent burials. They are actively working to identify victims and notify family members. Additionally, an alleged tip submitted to police back in December also raised a red flag for Gerlach. Someone claimed that a partially decomposing corpse was hanging in his basement. And my immediate question is, if that tip was really called in, why wasn't it investigated immediately? After further investigating Gerlach's social media activity, it was found that he followed groups related to skeletal remains and the selling and buying of human body parts and bones. He then admitted selling some of what he obtained in the cemeteries online. This is obviously so concerning on so many different levels. The grave robbing, the defacing and destruction of a historic cemetery, the destruction of human graves, the selling of human parts online for profit, and the market that exists for these types of things, which shows we really have not come that far or that long of a way since kind of like Victorian era grave robbing, when bodies would be mysteriously procured or killed and procured to be sold for profit. I, like many of my followers, am intrigued by oddities, but I personally would never purchase these things or bring them into my home, only because of the uncertainty as to where they came from and how they were obtained. We not so long ago had the Harvard school scandal where employees of the Harvard Medical School were stealing and selling human remains for profit, exposing a national network for traded body parts, which furthermore really makes us question how we as a society treat the dead. Authorities state that people should be on high alert regarding their local cemeteries and anyone online selling human remains, as they very well could have been obtained illegally and nefariously. Anyone online who may have purchased remains from Gerlach are encouraged to report to authorities and return any bones before authorities seek them out with a search warrant.